Hey guys, Jackson here for Auto Mechanic. Came across an opportunity with our Jeep to do a little product testing. Turns out it's got a little bit of a coolant leak, and I have some of this bar stop leak. So we're going to go ahead and put this in there as instructed. It says put it into the radiator. It's good for 4-cylinder, 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder, 10-cylinder, whatever you need. Half a bottle if you've got a 4-cylinder. If you've got a 6-cylinder or above, then you need to use the whole bottle. So let me show you the leak. We'll show you what's happening ahead of time, and then we'll put the bar stop leak in. We'll run it as instructed. We'll check it again, and then I'm going to check it again for the next few days, probably the next couple of weeks. And then we'll see if it really works, if it's holding on, or if it's a complete loss. So you can see it's not a huge leak, but it's leaking down from the water pump area, draining down underneath. Now this particular leak, it's been leaking for a few weeks now, and I've been keeping an eye on the coolant level. The radiator stays full and keeps topped off with the overflow fluid. And looking at the overflow tank, you can see here's the full mark and down below. So I've lost about an inch or two of fluid in this container over the last couple of weeks. So with the engine cool or cold, no pressure on your hose, then you want to take the radiator cap off, because that's where you're going to put our bar stop leak. As you can see, my radiator is plenty full. Yours may be too if you're in this situation. So you can open the drain on the bottom of the radiator if you want to let out enough to put in what you need. I've got a 6-cylinder engine, so it's supposed to require the entire bottle. So we'll need to evacuate enough out of this radiator to do that. And I've got a different tool that I use for pulling the coolant out, and I'll show you here. So this is what I'm going to try and use. This is an evacuation pump. It's just a suction pump, and I'll pull it all into this nice convenient container for you. And you can reuse it if you want to, or dispose of it. You can see it just draws the coolant right through. And I can take out as much as I need. You can see I've drawn down quite a bit, just enough to give me enough room to put in the contents. I did read on this label in the directions that they do want you to shake it up pretty good, because there's liquid and pellets in there. They said if the pellets haven't broken up completely, then you can heat this in water or something. Follow the instructions, should be fine. Just open that up. We're just going to empty the contents. I don't know if you can see the color, but it's kind of brownish looking. We'll just empty those contents right in here. Well, looks like there's a whole bunch of extra pellets. And they say, make sure that you don't bottleneck it full right here. And they also say that if you have trouble filling the top of your neck, the radiator, that you can take off your top radiator hose and fill this hose. I'm going to burp this a couple times. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just trying to pull it back in, give me enough room to put the rest of the contents in. Yeah, these are the pellets they were talking about. You don't want it clogging up in here, so you want to make sure it's able to move. Yeah, I think you get the point. And you got your contents in. You've got your cap back on. You can top off your fluid level in your overflow tank. But we want to make sure that we follow the instructions so that we can test it the way that they intended it. So it says to drive it or operate it for 15 to 30 minutes. You can either idle the engine for that or drive it around. I'm just going to drive it around. In fact, I'll probably end up driving it a little longer than that just to make sure it's good and worked in. Why not? But I am going to clean off the underside before we go. Alright, so it's been a few weeks. I've been driving it. Put a lot of miles on it. Make sure it got good and hot. Drove it around just like you're supposed to. And I've looked at it. You know, I'll let you see. Spotless. Where it once was, it is no more. So, proof's in the pudding. I'm going to have to say A+ for bar stop leak. I'll put a link down below if anybody wants to try it out on theirs, see how the situation's going. And also did check the fluid level, and it's not dropping down any. Thanks for watching.